Welcome back.
Patrick, where are we?
Kansas?
I don't think so. But wherever we are, we better stay. Whoa! It's the Cyclops!
Maybe he wants to be friends with us.
I wouldn't bet on it. The heat is so intense from this lamp. I can't move.
Tell me about it.
This doesn't look too good, Patrick.
I mean, we're not gonna get the crown, save the town. Mr. Krabs.
I don't think we're even gonna be able to save ourselves, buddy. I guess what everyone said about us is true, Patrick.
You mean that we're attractive?
No, that we're just kids. A couple of kids in way over their heads. We were doomed from the start. I mean, look at us. We didn't even come close to the crown. We let everybody down. We failed.
Shell City.
Yep, we never made it to Shell City.
Shell City.
Exactly, buddy. That's the place we never got to.
Shell City.
Okay, now you're starting to bum me out, Patrick.
No, look at the sign. Shell City. Marine Gifts and Sundry.
Shell City's a gift shop? But if this is Shell City, then where's the... Dad? We did make it.
SpongeBob, buddy! Don't die! We've come so close! I've got to find a way to bring SpongeBob back to life! He needs water, and fast!
I don't think they ever said die in the actual film. Look at Sponge. It's no longer SpongeBob, it's just Sponge. A little bit of a different impact of this scene in this version of it. I think they made the right choice skipping over this scene a bit in the console version.
I've got to find a way to bring SpongeBob back to life! He needs water, and fast!
Not that I think it's a bad thing that we actually get to play through this part, necessarily.
That thing is hot! I've got to get SpongeBob some water quick, or he's a goner!
Speak for yourself, dude. You're not really doing any better right now.
I can't reach it. Anyway, my mom always taught me not to play with electrical outlets.
But, pour water on it all you want. So kind of reinterpreting this here. It's kind of cool each place. Patrick, I still want to play as Plankton again later.
Sea urchins, and they're all dried out. It's really gross.
It's just a bunch of corpses.
Everything in this place is dried out. I can't let that happen to my buddy SpongeBob. Or to me.
Front or back? Front or back? The front is more presentable. That's what you're meant to see first. Oh.
No, it's the Cyclops! Let me out of here!
Yeah, never mind
better
that.
stay away from that guy.
The back then.
I can't reach the bowl. I'll have to find another way to get water to SpongeBob.
Interesting. It's actually kind of weird in all seriousness seeing Patrick this, like, desperately determined to do something even though it's actually in character.
Conks. Just the skeletons, though.
Did you just say conks?
Conks. Just the skeletons, though.
Would that be conches? Have I had like a lifelong misunderstanding of... Huh. Like magic conch, for instance? Oh,
Everything in this place is dried out. I can't let that happen to my buddy SpongeBob. Or to me.
it's kind of weird. It actually sounds kind of... I'm hearing emotions from Patrick that I'm not used to hearing. It's kind of weird. Although, the music here is not really the most appropriate for the events. That's the main thing that's bugging me.
It's a lunchbox. It's too heavy to move on my own, though.
Climb. Climb, Pat. Where are you climbing from that side? Don't know how you did that, but okay.
Here goes nothing. Whoa!
It made it sound really painful.
Wow, that hurt my belly. Looks like everything spilled out of the lunchbox.
I do like that we get to have a segment where he plays Patrick, though. That's actually just kind of nice.
It's an onion. Well, a piece of one anyway. It's making me tear up a bit.
Oh, jeez, wait. It's a very different interpretation of what ends up happening in the film. Okay. Is this really what we have to do? It's kind of weird. Hold onion near Patrick's eyes. Use it on SpongeBob. Use his tears first.
There you go, little buddy. Let my tears give you life.
It's basically probably the same thing would have happened if I used it on Patrick instead.
Patrick,
SpongeBob! SpongeBob, you're alive! Oh, hooray! Hooray! I'm so happy!
Patrick,
Yes, SpongeBob?
could you stop crying all over me now?
Oh, sure, buddy.
Are you not able to cry on your own at the prospect of SpongeBob dying?
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. There's not much point to this now that SpongeBob's already revived.
Heating lamp and set off the sprinklers. Now's our chance to get out of here.
In this weather?
Let's go.
I always knew it paid to be a crybaby.
Beautiful.
Well, Patrick, maybe we should just go home.
Wait.
What? Who, what?
No, this isn't the right time for this
What are you talking about,
for this
Patrick?
conversation.
All I know is defiant in the face of insurmountable odds.
He's what? In the face of
That's
what?
also, this is a really realistic sound effect for rain hitting a metal roof or something, and it's kind of annoying.
You're right, Patrick. Why should I let these little setbacks get me down? Together, we can accomplish anything!
SpongeBob rips the protagonism right out of Patrick's grubby hands, or stubs, whatever they're called. So we can just head to the front now.
Patrick, it's the crown!
Yeah, we did it!
Come on, let's grab it and get out of here!
Off we go. No, we can actually walk through here for some reason. It's kind of weird.
They should all be okay now that the sprinklers are on. Go, Patrick! Go, SpongeBob!
I feel like it would be a little late for those guys. In the film, it actually turned out to be fine, so all the better, I guess.
We can't leave here without the crown.
Who are you talking?
No one really, just saying.
Okay, that one little, those two little lines made that worth it. Because you actually have to actively skip the ground to be able to see that dialogue. It's always worth doing everything you can to get all the little bits of...
Well, that was easy.
No, actually it wasn't.
Yeah, but, that's what I meant.
Thank you, Patrick. Little bits of writing like that. Alright, out we go. I wonder how much is left of the game at this point, now that we've got the crown.
We made it, Patrick! Now we just need to find a way to get back to Bikini Bottom.
Well, don't worry, SpongeBob. We can ride the...
Yeah.
Ride the what now?
A mythical beast with a chest of iron and some hair, too, and he roams the beaches looking for people in trouble. We just have to find the whistle.
The whistle?
Yeah, the call of the... It's a chrome whistle, and when you blow it, he comes and saves you. Hooray!
Sounds kinda crazy.
It is! Hooray!
I guess we don't have much choice. Okay, Patrick, let's find that whistle and ride that...
Hooray!
Thank you, Patrick. Hooray. I'm so happy that they actually do the same thing that the console version did, where they make it so obvious they want to say it's Hasselhoff, but they even SpongeBob almost said his name, but instead they just censor it.
I'm not going back in there. Not a chance. No way. Nuh-uh. And nope. Those things should be illegal.
What? SpongeBob, you have some very strong opinions.
I'm not sure what that is, but it makes me kinda homesick.
Okay. But they also make as many references as they can to why Hasselhoff was included as well. To just push it as far as they can. I wonder if they're gonna do what they did in the... Well, something I love that they did in the console version.
I'd better not get too distracted. Mr. Krabs' life is in my hands.
Yeah, you don't want to get sidetracked by a chair. But in the console version, you do in fact see a picture of the Hasselhoff, except his face is basically painted over to look really, for lack of a better way of describing it, ugly and generic, so they couldn't possibly say it's Hasselhoff for any legal purpose.
The barrel is empty.
Which was just funny to me. How these games handle
It's kind of shovel-shaped.
the legal situation around Hasselhoff being included in the game. That is to say, he cannot legally be included in the game, because they'd have to actually pay for rights to include his visage and whatnot. What the heck are you? Kind of killing the vibe. Supposed to be out here like all alone and that stuff.
Hi there. What you doing?
I'm searching for buried treasure. You'd be surprised at how much stuff people lose at the beach.
No, I wouldn't.
Probably not. I'm surprised you got lost up here on the beach. You're not in the water. Like, why was there a bird? Why was there a bird under the water and a fish up here? In fact, if we just swapped those two characters, everything would make so much more sense. I wouldn't be weirded out if there was a bird here on land. That's where birds usually are.
Found anything?
Yeah, I spotted something a little ways over there. I marked it with an X. It's nothing valuable. My metal detector says it's made of chrome. I can't be bothered with anything that isn't gold.
Gold, huh?
Yep, gold is where it's at, my man.
I'll take your word for it. If you don't want that chrome thing, can I have it?
Sure. All you have to do is dig it up. I marked where I saw it with an X.
Thanks.
I appreciate the inclusion of this question. We'll get to that question next time, the next episode, where you find out the truth behind this fish's existence. Bye, everyone.